Three. People at the back, hello. Is my voice not loud enough? Should I be mean?
No.
I got you.
No meanness.
Look it out.
Put that around there because I don't want to block the people collecting.
Okay. Well, welcome everyone on this amazingly Halloweeny day. with the mist and the fog and the coolness. Welcome. It's nice to see you all. I'm Reverend Kim Haley. I wanted to see if there were any new people here today for the first time. Is there anybody here for the first time? Okay. I don't see anyone new. That's great. Let's see, is anyone new on the Zoom?
I am not positive.
I need to put these on now. I forgot my glasses at home, but I have these readers, and they do help. All right. This theme for this year is remembering. So you think I'd remember my glasses and my but you know what? It's a different kind of remembering. So also the topic for October, and this is the last Sunday in October, is Transcendence. And I have to put this up in big letters. It fills the page. So we just let go of whatever isn't working for us, and we just keep moving forward. Now I'm going to ask our musician to open with a song and then move into the meditation. So our musician today is Melissa Marosy.
You got the first name right. Last name's
Okay, I'm doing
Last name's
I'll
tricky.
work. We'll try it after. Anyway, and then we're going to a quiet meditation.
To Canaan's land I'm on my way, where the soul never dies. My darkest night will turn to day, where the soul never dies. My friends, there'll be no sad farewell, there will be no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love, and the soul never dies. A rose is blooming there for me, where the soul never dies. And I will spend eternity where the soul never dies, where the soul never dies, where the soul never dies.
As you take some deep breaths and you let go, you're all welcome here. May you find peace here in this moment, in this time, in this community. And may you find inspiration from all the speakers that will be talking to you today. And if you hear one thing that resonates for you during this time, take that with you and let it feed your soul. And so it is. I can see. It's so nice and quiet in here right now. I really hate breaking that peace. Anyway, welcome again, and thank you, Melissa. Our spiritual thought today is with our lovely John LaLonde. So let's welcome him.
Thank you, Ken. Yes, lovely. You could say that. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
This is our last Sunday where we're considering the theme of transcendence, and being the last to give a spiritual thought, I have the benefit of the those who came before. What I thought I would do is just give a few examples of things that were triggered for me when I heard these talks. To start, I want to ask your cooperation, and I'm going to ask two questions of you to just consider. And why are you here this morning? Just give it a moment. Why are you here? The second question that I want to ask is to take it a little deeper. Why are you here? When I'm prompted to take it a little deeper, or when I prompt myself to take it a little deeper, what's behind this, when I employ that introspection, I usually come to a more meaningful kind of answer. It's a deeper thought. Sometimes it's spiritual in nature, and it's a trigger to transcend the mundane thought. I don't know if this was your experience, but mine is always that I go a little deeper with it, and that is an example of the transcendence that I think we're talking about this month. The little steps, the glimpses of God. Patrick last week talked about what Ernest Holmes calls choosing your thoughts. Not simply trying to abstain from negative thoughts, but directing positive thoughts and inspections. So it's kind of like in mantra meditation, where you notice that your thoughts are starting to wander. You just gently return to thinking the mantra. It's that simple, and it's that gentle, and that is choosing our thoughts. It's directing what it is what we want to correct from our prior thought. The point of all that is that we can trigger our own transcendence. We can transcend our mundane thoughts and get it into a deeper, sometimes spiritual sort of realm. Another thing that we heard about that was a trigger for transcendence, Sandy Scott talked about awe, A-W-E, as a trigger for transcendence. When she started talking about it, I immediately went to an experience I had with Joyce and Joyce's son, who lives in Colorado and does a number of things, but it includes Jeep tours in the high mountains. He took us on a Jeep tour, and we were winding through the mountains, through canyons, along very narrow cliffs, and we eventually came to a summit with a 270-degree huge view of mountains as far as you could see, peaks. It was, about this time of year, so we could see all the yellow aspen and all the shadows, and it was just spectacular. And it led me to a sudden onset joy. And what that experience of awe did for me was take me from a gripped apprehension on these narrow hills to this transcendent experience of this view, this planet Earth, this loveliness of this lifetime. So it really, the view triggered this transcendent experience for me. Ernest Holmes said, "There is something written on our minds that causes us to listen to the silence, to listen to the rhythm in the trees, to listen to the waves, and to hear something beyond physical perception. This," and he goes on, "this is the transcendence in everything." And he adds that this is why we look at great art. We move beyond the physical appearance and transcend what Ernest Holmes says is God's presence, goodness, truth, and beauty. This summer, Joyce and I, now I get to tell you about my summer vacation. This summer, Joyce and I traveled to France. And Ernest Holmes had said we can trigger a transcendent experience by looking, at great art, and this was so very true. And I'll just mention two of the things that we went to the Rodin Museum, gardens and a little museum, and the expressions on the faces of his sculptures were so touching. I really connected with them. And the one that got me the most was the sculpture of the guy who was about to be killed. It was just so touching. We also saw a painting that was an intimate moment of the life of a very hungry family sitting around a table of a few potatoes, a painting by Van Gogh. And I just connected with it. My ancestry is Ireland, and it just resonated really deeply with me. And so that art triggered a transcendental experience for me. I transcended, oh, look at that brush stroke, ooh, the physical appearance of it, into, what was happening for me internally. Another place Joyce and I visited was Strasbourg, France. And that is the place where Joyce's father grew up, and Joyce's father's family had been for multiple generations. And Joyce had done some research, and we wanted to find where her half-sister that she'd met but did not grow up with, an older half-sister, we wanted to find where her sister was buried. And so what her research led to was the name of the cemetery and a photograph that would look like a photocopy from a newspaper. So it was black and white, it was old, and it was pretty sketchy. But that's what we had. So we walked to the cemetery and we started walking through the aisles. We eventually split up, and a little after about an hour, we kind of met up and sat on a bench and just talked about how this is starting to seem kind of hopeless. It was a huge, old, beautiful cemetery, but thousands of plots. So just walking and reading was not gonna get it there. When we got up from that bench, and we decided we're gonna look a little longer, probably not real long. So when we got up, I thought, was Cecilia, was your half sister, was that family Catholic? And she answered that they were. I should have guessed. Probably 95% of the people buried in that cemetery were Catholic. But I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna say a few Hail Marys. I'm gonna say an affirmative prayer. So I did that. I kind of knew that God is with us always, in all things, always available. And with that, I sort of concluded that prayer with a petition to Cecilia to make herself available if she'd like to give that to Joyce. Within 2 minutes, I was standing above Cecilia's burial site. So this just, I'm saying this today because prayer too triggers a transcendent experience. And so it is. Thank you.
That's wonderful. And yes, you're talented, but now I'm going to say you're wise. You're also wise. And I remember, I'm just going to say briefly, I was in France years ago, and I went into a church there. And it was, no one else was in the church. I went into it, and it was so old. It was so old for my modern mind in the West, from the Western mind. And I sat down, and it was quiet, and it was peaceful, and I felt an energetic of some kind of energy that was in there from years and years steeped in different prayer and different people. So you reminded me of that. Sounds like you had a wonderful time. Anyway, now we're going to ask Melissa to come up and do some music for us. Thank you, Melissa.
There's a dreamer coming down. He's lighting up the town, flashing spectacle, light and love and living. And when he falls away, nothing follows but the day and all the memories of better times forgiving. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. Take it from the ashes and teach it how to fly again. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. It's hard to wish upon a star. When you see that star is falling, it's hard to hold on to a dream when it comes crashing down. But they fill the empty nights, and the cost ain't much for trying. It's just a tear or two to a heart that's known some crying. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. Take it from the ashes and teach it how to fly again. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. So look into the night. Another dreamer's taking flight. He's shining with the stars in all the heavens. Listen to the wind. There's another song beginning, and it's looking for a friend, someone to sing to. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. Take it from the ashes, teach it how to fly again. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart.
today is got some kind of surprise for us, I think. I'm not sure. But our speaker today is, I got to think of new names. Wise, wonderful, great, insightful. Reverend Dr. Judy DeRosa. Let's welcome her.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you, Kim. Our transcendence, our journey, we've had a wonderful month of information guiding us so we can understand this evolution that we're going through. Bob Hand sees ultimately the climbing of the mountain to get to the top. And John LaLonde describes his experience of the vast view of life. And we're here together, climbing that mountain, moving that energy, shifting and changing, and often redefining what we've been told. Each person has that unique experience. And I think that we're very grateful when we stop and we reflect on all the experiences that we've created so that we can grow. So John and I came in to do a little rehearsal, and there was a thunderstorm going on. And the energetic is so alive. So John's playing the flute and I'm playing the drum. And we had the doors open and you could hear the rain. And the lightning would strike and the thunder would rumble. And it felt grounding. It felt like reattaching to the energetic of Mother Earth. When we do that, when we take the time to expand all the things that serve us, then we start to grow. We leave behind old habits, old ways of being. And as we do that, we shift our energy into a greater awareness. That awareness is our relationship to Creator, to the vastness of the universe, to the movement of energy that shifts all the time. We're going to add to that shift, and I will have an opportunity to invite people up to sit at the drum as John plays his flutes. And in that time, I'd like you to consider, what is transcendence for you? A short little story. I was sitting at my computer writing, and it felt brilliant, like, oh, this is just flowing, I don't know where this is coming from. And then suddenly the room filled with light. And I stopped and I just took that in. And it didn't last very long. but it was enough. It was exactly what I needed. And when I looked back down at my computer, all the words that I had written had disappeared. So the universe gives us what we need, what we're ready for, what we desire, what we focus on. My dear friend Joanne Burgess would say, we're always chasing the bliss when we meditate. We're looking for that moment. And then we want to hold on to it and not let it go. But in reality, that moment can fill your lifetime. That essence of the beauty of what we don't know is always tapping us on our shoulder, saying, I'm right here. I'm within you. We heal. We change. It's all us together in unity. And so would my drummers come up?
Take a nice deep breath. Blow that air into your body, that oxygen. Allow yourself to relax. Be with spirit. Understand you are spirit. Feel your energy. Feel your body. Feel your breath. You are a vibrant human being here on this planet, feeling your feelings to the core of who you are. We cannot deny our emotions, that loving energy, that deep care. We cannot deny our grief, our loss. We cannot hide from our feelings, the greatness of who we are and how deeply we love. We transcend the mundane. We let go of what no longer serves us. And we open ourselves to our own brilliance, our own light, our talents, our gifts, our relationships, to all that is. Thank you, drummers. We thank our drummers. Thank you so
Get back to my desk.
Looking for it. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Well, I think shift happens. I felt some shifting going on. Some energetics, some frequency changing. It always feels good to do that. Sometimes the sound has much more to offer than words. You know that's a sound. All right. Thank you, Judy. That was a wonderful experience. It was great to be a part of it. And thank you, John, for your talented musical playing. I'm now going to ask for 2 people that would like to volunteer to come up and help with the offertory. And we have 2 people that feel like they'd like to do that. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll just do the offertory prayer before they get started. Look at that nice shirt Karen's got on for Halloween. Yay! One of my favorite times of year.
Thanks to my dear husband. Steve, stand up. Go ahead, Steve, stand up.
Has he got one on too?
Yes.
All right. That's great. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. All right. See, we're kind money collectors. My hands got really warm doing the drum. Warmed up.
Thank you, Pumpkin.
So anyone dressing up for Halloween this year? We don't get any kids that come up, but I still do things around the house, like I hang skeletons up, stuff like that. It's the kid in me that likes that stuff. It's fun. Oh, I'd like to also remind people about the frog box. which is at the back of the sanctuary in the corner. You can see it good, still there. And you can leave a prayer if you don't have time to stay after or go and see our prayer partner this week, which is John LaLonde, which you can meet him in the meditation room, which is right as you come in the door there. You know where that is. Those watching on Zoom may type. You can go to the iFocus email and press the green button for mailing to check. Or mailing a check, I'm sorry, to the Positive Living Center. Thank you. I can blame my glasses. I'm not working. But it wouldn't be true. Anyway, as I said, our prayer partner this week is John LaLonde. And next week's speaker is Reverend Luana Bull. So you'd like to be here for that. And we'd like to see you here. So let us do the prayer. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. If it's not underlined, I completely skip over announcements. I don't know why, but I do. So are there any announcements that need to be made today or want to be made? Anyone have an announcement? Okay, Robin.
So, Orla's back. She's baking, and there's cookies in the kitchen.
Yeah. So we have a treat for Halloween. I see a hand up. Is that you, Barney?
It is.
Okay. You have an
Come to
announcement?
the River Dance Pick and Gather Festival next weekend, 2 days. It's up in Livingston, so it's just a little bit north of Merced. So what a wonderful place to go, a beautiful 74-acre organic farm, right on the Merced River, just glorious. Fun days. So.
Is that today only?
No, that'll be next week.
Next week?
And they have pomegranates, the best pomegranates I've ever had, and persimmons.
And persimmons. Those are all good. And that's next week, and you said it's called River Dance?
River Dance Farms.
River Dance Farms.
There'll be music all weekend and different classes you can take to learn cool stuff.
So will you bring maybe a little address or something, or?
No, I don't feel like it. No, I'll do so. I'll try to send something out.
Okay, that would be great. It would help. Because I could, there's so many things that happen in a week for me that I tend to misplace things in my brain. Not that I want to, but I do.
I'll bring you a little rubber band for your...
You what? Give me a rubber band?
Pinky, so you'll remember.
So I'll snap my wrist? Oh, okay. That could hurt. And Judy, do you have some announcement?
Sure.
On the second Saturday of every month, we have a wonderful flute circle that starts at 1:30, and that is for the beginners. And at 2 o'clock, we have the a little more advanced students. We all play together, and it is so joyful. And John's such a wonderful teacher, and Kim's a great teacher, that we are encouraged to participate in something we've not done before. It's really wonderful. And then at 3:30 on the same day, we set up the drum circle. And you don't have to know how to play the drum. You don't have to be indigenous. Simply come and experience what we did here today and understand that we are all frequencies. And if anyone had any deep feelings that came up, or do we have to wake you up because you're transcended, I'm here, I'll stick around and we can talk about that if you'd like. So, enjoy.
Any other announcements? Alrighty then. Okay, as I said, our prayer partner this week is John LaLonde, and next week's speaker is Reverend Luana Bull. And now I'd like to do the prayer of protection. Would you like to join me? The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And we'll have a closing song with Melissa now. Thanks, Melissa.
I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world alone. There is no sickness, toil, or danger in that fair land to which I go. I'm going home to see my mother. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I know dark clouds will gather round me. I know my way is rough and steep, but golden fields lie just before me, where weary eyes no more shall weep. I'm going home to see my father. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I'll soon be free from every trial. This home shall rest beneath the sun. I'll drop the cross of self-denial and enter in that home with God. I'm going home to see my Savior. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home.
There it is.
I'm just going over home. I'm just going over home.
Beautiful.
Thank you. That was fun. I went with you. I was with you.
Beautiful.
Well, I hope the portals in your heart are open for the rest of the week. And now I'd like to invite Reverend Joe Bull up to do our closing prayer.
Oh my gosh, what a service. I don't know where I went during the drumming, but I really did transcend. It was beautiful. The whole service. Thanks to everyone in service today. This is what the PLC is all about, community. About caring about each other and those around us and beyond. Thank you, God, for this opportunity to be here together today. To love and cherish life in this fabulous autumn that we're in now. I give thanks for all things that come to us in love and joy and in grace. And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, Joe. Well, have a great week, everyone. Hope to see you back here next week, next Sunday. Bye-bye. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
I feel pretty restful right now.
I know.
Except I don't want to stop in front of the camera.
It was so nice.